Bon dia, Book Hunters. Des que tenim el compte d'Instagram i de YouTube i totes aquestes coses que fem, per primer cop Sant Jordi queia en laborable. Per tant, ha sigut diferent per nosaltres. Estàvem acostumats a poder rondar tot el dia per paradetes, parlar amb gent, però també hem tingut l'oportunitat de fer una cosa diferent que no havíem fet fins ara, que és poder acompanyar una autora internacional que ha vingut per primer cop a veure la ciutat de Barcelona i aquesta festivitat tan nostra, i que no la coneixia i que evidentment doncs, l'ha sobtat força i la sorpresa ha quedat encantadíssima. Ella és la Lauren Viukes, una autora que publica en català Mai Més i és autora de Les Lluminoses, de Zoo City i l'últim que ha tret, que és novetat, Bridge. I bé, doncs és un vídeo que gravem gràcies també als amics de Mai Més, que part dels vídeos que veureu ens els han passat ells, perquè nosaltres al matí no hi hem pogut ser, però bé, que és un vídeo així conjunt, Book Hunters Mai Més, i esperem que us agradi i que us sorprengui la impressió que ha tingut la Lauren Viukes sobre aquesta festa, no? que per nosaltres és el millor dia de l'any, però per ella era tota una novetat.
Per Lauren Viukes el dia de Sant Jordi va començar el dia 22 perquè va estar signant llibres a la llibreria La Carbonera al barri del Poble Sec, però el dia 23 pròpiament dit doncs, va continuar tota aquesta ruta pels espais de la ciutat signant llibres. Va començar a la llibreria Finestres i després va estar signant a l'estand de Mai Més, que compartia doncs, espai amb tota la resta d'editorials de llegir en català. Us recomanem que en aquest vídeo us fixeu en quants bolígrafs de colors té Lauren Viukes a sobre la taula quan està signant, perquè les seves firmes són molt especials i al final del vídeo us explicarem el per què.
Lauren, thank you very much for attending us today. We know that maybe it's a very busy day for you right now because it's Sant Jordi, and we want to talk to you about how is your experience being here in Barcelona in Sant Jordi. It's your first time?
It's my first time at Sant Jordi. It is the most incredible festival. I love that it's just a celebration of books and roses, but also that you buy books for the people you care about.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite things is like, you know, when I buy gifts, I do buy books for people and I curate it very carefully and I really think about what I want to buy. So to have a whole day which just celebrates that and where it's become tradition and it's a beautiful romantic gesture, but also like a gesture of friendship, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think every country should have this tradition.
Yeah, well, we usually do not know since it's our festivity, we love it so much, or if people is enjoying it too, but we're happy to know that you're enjoying it too. We also have an important question because we don't want to mess by pronouncing your surname because we are not sure about it. I assume, or I've seen in some videos that it's Lauren Viukes.
I say Viukes rhymes.
Viukes, okay.
Rhymes with mucus, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Lauren Viukes.
Or George Lucas, you know.
Okay. So we are great that it's cool that you're enjoying Sant Jordi. It's the first time that you've been here, or have you ever experienced this?
It's the first time. It's my first time at Sant Jordi. I have been to Barcelona a couple of times before.
Yeah.
I really love Spain. I love like the Spanish readership. People are so active. Like they're constantly on Twitter and like Goodreads, and it's really lovely to see. So yeah.
And this festivity of in here we exchange roses and books, and as you said, like thinking about the other person, what to buy for them. Do you know? We know that you are from Johannesburg. Now you live in London.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have lived in other places.
I've lived in New York and in Chicago.
And in any of these places that you have lived, there's any festivity like this? Do you know?
No, there's nothing like this. It is such a unique and amazing like phenomenon, really. And like to see so many people out in the street, like just celebrating, it's overwhelming. I can't believe how big it is and how extensive and how everyone's so involved. It's really beautiful.
It's super nice. In here, it's not holiday, so myself and Sergio were working before coming to see you. But it's like at midday. I think that everybody just considers that we have worked it off, and it's like going out on the streets and like living the day. It's not raining for now. Let's get fingers crossed. And as we said at the beginning, you've been quite busy signing books. Yesterday you were at the bookshop La Carbonera.
Correct.
Today you've been at the stand of My Mess in midday.
Yeah.
You have been also at Finestras.
Yes.
You like
I
Finestras?
love, oh my god, it's so beautiful.
It's amazing, right?
And that garden, it's just like, you know, there are some bookstores where you just want to move in and make it your house.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
like, I would like to move into this bookstore. This is my home now. Everybody get out. Yeah.
And how's been like talking to the people? Did a lot of people come to see you?
Yeah.
Have you signed our books? How is your hand?
My hand's good. Like, I've had a few people like come. It's been really lovely. Some of them are people I've met before, and they've read my previous books. And I think that's what's also so important about like coming back to places and coming to different festivals and coming to events, because you are building an audience, you're building a relationship with readers.
Yeah.
And it's and it's also so lovely that people, you know, like liked my other books so much that they come to like find me and like get their new book signed.
So people know you here too, because at least in Catalan you have already 3 books translated by My Mess. I don't know if you have seen them. I assume that because you've been at the stand of My Mess.
Absolutely.
But it's The Shining Girl, that in Catalan it's Les Lluminoses, and Zoo City and Bridge, that those have the same name. What do you think about your Catalan editions? Because they're quite nice. I don't know if you like the covers.
I love the covers. They're absolutely amazing. Working with My Mess has been such a pleasure. Like, I think they do such beautiful, playful design. I love also the way that the kind of colors all kind of, it's a beautiful contrast. It's a beautiful spectrum of color. So it feels so thoughtful. And I love seeing covers from around the world. And sometimes you're like, oh yeah, that's great. It's fine, I guess. But with these, it's just it's been amazing. I've been so honored to like have these beautiful covers. And Richard Leifer does the covers, and he's absolutely brilliant and really like put so much into the design. I really, really love it.
You know, the designer is Ricard Defa.
Yeah.
He's an illustrator, and he also writes books.
I
and
know.
he has published in My Mess.
Yes.
Have you met him?
I have met him. I stole one of his pens once from a signing.
Okay, confession.
Yeah, no, completely. I mean, he kind of gave it to me. I could stole it. I'm from Johannesburg, you know. But he's amazing, and I love his work. And of course, I also send them to me to approve, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
And I thought the bridge cover in particular was very clever, because the Spanish edition and the Catalan edition,
They are complementary.
they're complementary.
Yeah,
And it's very, very clever.
It's so cool, yeah. In fact, this kind of thing with the covers from My Mess, it's quite something very special from this publisher, because they publish also Terry Pratchett.
I know, and those covers also amazing.
And I don't know if you know that one of the Good Omens book from Terry Pratchett, he's the best cover. His fans choose it as the best cover
Of all the editions?
all the world,
That's
all the
amazing.
world editions through Reddit, I think. So
Brilliant.
it's
That's
like,
amazing.
since you said that you are checking all your covers from the world, the fans from Terry Pratchett choose the cover from Good Omens in Catalan.
That's amazing.
Or I think that it's they deserve it, of course.
Yeah.
But I think that it also it's good for the edition, because it's so, as you said, colorful. And
Absolutely.
it's this thing of having a nice. We always like also how it's written and the story and everything. But the covers are also something cool.
To have something as an artifact that you kind of put on display as part of your bookshelf.
Yeah, sure. We have to say it. So in some minutes we'll go to your book Firmat Gigamesh. We were talking before that you told me that you have already been in Gigamesh.
I've done a couple of events there. They've been huge supporters of mine since The Shining Girl, so Sumnosis came out. And they're just, it's such a wonderful bookstore. Just really cool, like really knowledgeable staff. Definitely somewhere I could spend all my money. Luckily, most of everything is in Spanish or Catalan, so
that keeps you from...
It saves me from myself.
Yeah, and there's in London, for example, any bookstore like this, because Gigamesh is a bookstore only focused on fantasy and science fiction books.
Absolutely. So there is a bookstore in London called Forbidden Planet, which specializes in that, and they also have like author signings, and they do board games and a huge comic section. So it's kind of similar.
So finally, let's talk a little bit about your books. We have not read them all yet, but in your books you have this like unique combination of fantasy, science fiction, and thriller that it's not very common. And we would like you to know if it's why did you choose to mix all of this? Because it's what you like to read, so it's like what you would like to write for your readers, or how all of this combination came out?
It's just the way my brain works. I recently found out I have ADHD, and I think that's maybe part of it, is that I'm like a magpie, the birds that like shiny things. So I like to find shiny things and see how they fit together, and build them together. So yeah, but also I grew up in South Africa under apartheid. And under apartheid, which was the racist regime where people were horrifyingly repressed and killed, a lot of art wasn't allowed to talk about the political situation directly because they would be censored. So what people would do is use allegory, and especially in South African theatre. So there would be these fantastical like South African stories and theatre productions which were allegories for, actually apartheid states. So I came to think about how allegory was a way of like making political commentary and making social commentary and using kind of big high concept ideas, whether that's in Zoo City, it's a city full of magical animals, as a way of talking about criminals and how we live with the things that we've done, but also the things which have been done to us. Or Las Luminosas is about a time-traveling serial killer and the survivor who turns the hunt around. And that was a really fun way of exploring violence against women. And in fact, most women will not be killed by a serial killer. We will be killed by the men who say they love us. And of course, I wasn't going to write a book about domestic violence. A domestic violence, offender who travels through time is not, it's not as gripping. It's like using a serial killer as an idea that a lot of people can like attach to. It's a very sexy, fun idea, but I really wanted to make it very real and kind of really look at what violence is and what it does to us. And then also look at how things have changed for women through history, from the 1930s through to the 1990s. So,
no, so interesting. And in fact, it's something that there's some people that sometimes do not like to read science fiction or fantasy because they feel that it's too different from reality and they need to be attached. But at the end, this is something that we have talked with Judith a lot of times. At the end, this is like the way of talking, of maybe we are talking about the same things, but in a different way. That all the ways of talking about it, it's fine. And with science fiction and fantasy, all the things that you have talked about, they're over there.
Yeah. And then Bridge is kind of a story about grief and like losing your mother. But maybe so Bridge's mother has died, but maybe she's still alive in a different universe. And maybe if Bridge can find the right universe, she can like have one last moment with her mother. So it was also about found family. It's also about kind of our own personal ethics and the realities that we build around ourselves. So I love playing with like weird ideas and like really interesting characters as well.
Yeah, I think that's something that's why your readers come to read your books, and that they will. I hope that a lot of people is waiting for you at the Gigamesh. We don't want for you to be late. So thank you very much for this small part of your time of Sant Jordi. I hope that you keep enjoying the day.
Thank you.
And thank you for attending us.
Amazing. Thanks so much.
Després de l'entrevista vam acompanyar la Lauren Beukes a la llibreria Gigamesh, que era el seu proper punt de signatures que tenia, i mentre ella atenia a tots els seus fans i tots els seus lectors que volien que li signés els llibres, nosaltres vam aprofitar per xerrar una estona amb la Judith Terradellas, que és una de les editores de Mai Més, doncs perquè ens expliqués una mica com l'editorial va conèixer a Lauren Beukes i com ha estat l'experiència de tenir l'autora per Sant Jordi.
Bé, estem amb la Judith Terradellas, editora de Mai Més, i primer de tot volem agrair aquesta oportunitat de poder viure un Sant Jordi acompanyant a una autora internacional. Aquest matí no hi hem pogut ser perquè estàvem treballant, però què tal l'ha anat al matí, les signatures i tot plegat amb ella?
Bé, sí, bueno, primer de tot agrair-vos a vosaltres perquè primer que tinguem uns books de Grammy com vosaltres en català, ja sabem que us hem d'estar molt agraïts, tot el sector, crec, i nosaltres mai més encara més. I bé, supercontents amb la Loren, clar que sí, no? O sigui, perquè ella li feia molta il·lusió viure un dia, una jornada així tan especial com Sant Jordi, perquè, bueno, a vegades des de fora no s'ho acaben de creure, no? Diuen, és un festival, és una festa, tampoc no tenir festa, no? És una tradició. Tot barrejat, avui ho ha pogut veure, i bé, vam començar ahir, de fet, que vam fer signatures a la Carbonera, sabem que la Carbonera sempre té fans, la Loren, llavors vam anar a la festa de l'Avantguàrdia, que va ser així també, no? Una mica més informada i s'ho va passar bé. Avui al matí hem estat signant a la llibreria Finestra, llavors a la parada de l'EC i ara aquí a Gigament.
Molt bé.
I al matí, perdoneu, també ens hem deixat l'acte institucional que hem tingut amb l'Ajuntament, l'esmorzar amb tots els autors i...
Un complet.
Sí, bueno, bastant.
Encara queda dia.
Modestament, no? Perquè tamany mai més, diguem, no?
Bueno, està bé,
Sí,
està bé.
és alguna cosa.
La Loren ja, per vosaltres, és una autora de referència, li esteu fent molt seguiment i heu publicat 3 llibres.
Sí.
Llavors, com la vau conèixer, realment? Perquè, clar, aquí era una autora desconeguda, suposo.
Sí, la Loren, mira, de fet, qui ens va recomanar que descobríssim la Loren va ser l'Antonio de Gigament.
Ah, sí?
Sí. Ens va dir, estàvem fent recerca, volíem una autora així de fantasia, però que també potser tingués una mica de mescla amb novel·la negra, i va ser l'Antonio que ens va dir Les Lluminoses. Vaig llegir-la, em va encantar, també hi havia el tema que estava publicada en castellà, llavors, bueno, estàvem pensant Lluminoses i City i al final tots dos, i ara la nova.
La castellà l'heu publicat les dues a
Sí,
les dues llengües.
exacte, sí, perquè abans ella estava publicant amb una altra, de fet les seves anteriors novel·les en castellà les va publicar amb 2 editorials diferents, i ara nosaltres superfeliços que ens hagi donat l'oportunitat a nosaltres.
Senyal que ho feu bé.
No ho sé.
Enamorada,
Intentem.
enamorada de les cobertes de Ricard F. Clar,
Sí, això va ser... Jo crec que aquí...
Això fa molt també, eh?
Sí, aquí... Jo crec que és això el que la va convèncer.
Clar, jo dic que dels 3 llibres que heu publicat només he llegit Zoo City, que em va semblar una novel·la molt original, però també és força complexa.
Sí,
No?
i tant que sí.
Aquesta barreja que fa ella, i creus que això el públic d'aquí a Catalunya entén aquesta proposta seva? Que ha tingut èxit?
Bé, jo crec que sí, o sigui, de fet tots els llibres, tant Les Lluminoses com Broken Monsters, que nosaltres no l'hem publicat en català, Zoo City, Les Lluminoses, Bridge, cada una diríem que mou una carta diferent, oi? No, Zoo City passa a Johannesburg, de fet ella diu que és una carta d'amor a la seva ciutat natal, i a través de la fantasia ens explica tota la problemàtica que hi ha, no? en aquesta seva ciutat i en el seu país en general, però sobretot en aquest barri, aquest Hillgrove, que és un barri molt problemàtic. Llavors potser són més accessibles novel·les com Les Lluminoses o el mateix Bridge, però Zoo City també ha funcionat bastant bé i nosaltres n'estem molt contents.
Sí?
Sí.
I escolta, com és això de passejar una autora internacional a Sant Jordi? Perquè clar, per ells deu ser una cosa fora de mida. S'ha estressat gaire o què?
No s'ha estressat perquè és una noia meravellosa i sí, té molt sentit de l'humor, és molt tranquil·la, molt divertida, per tant, estressar-se, no? Li ha agradat molt viure l'experiència. La veritat és que estava bastant al·lucinant, bastant flipant, no? Allò en plan, ostres, no m'ho imaginava així.
L'havíeu previngut per això?
Li havíem explicat,
Que
però bueno...
Sant Jordi és Sant Jordi, eh?
Sí, exacte. I ha vist tot el bullici, realment, bueno, ara ja no estem a Passeig de Gràcia, però aquí encara pot veure, està aquí signant i jo crec que ha tingut una bona cueta, no? I sí.
I ja per acabar, ja et deixem, que hem d'anar a veure què fa la Loren. Una pregunta que ens agrada fer als editors és que res per posar-ho sobre la taula, eh? Per vosaltres, què significa Sant Jordi en matèria de facturació i de visibilitat? Perquè és molt, oi?
En matèria de facturació, evidentment, és bastant, no? Et diré que per nosaltres, per mai més, igual que potser per altres segells del Fantàstic, és més important potser un Nadal
Sí?
que un Sant Jordi. Sí, Sant Jordi a vegades potser, clar, parles de visibilitat, doncs nosaltres quedem bastant invisibilitzats aquests dies, no? Perquè sabem que potser hi ha altres noms, no? que agafen més protagonisme en els mitjans de comunicació. Nosaltres sort que en tenim de plataformes com les vostres, no?
Sí,
Perquè si no, poc tindríem, no?
Però Sant Jordi al final
És Sant Jordi, evidentment.
Entren diners.
Sí, exacte.
El que hi ha.
Faltaria.
Molt bé, doncs moltes gràcies, que acabi de passar el Sant Jordi bé la Loren i tu, que va a la ronda, i bueno, nosaltres també seguirem rondant una miqueta. Moltes gràcies.
A vosaltres.
Creiem que Lauren Buke es va signar bastant, contínuament hi havia gent acostant-se al punt de signatura doncs, perquè li signessin els seus llibres, sobretot Bridge, que és la seva novetat, I també les lluminoses, suposem que fans doncs, que ja la coneixien dels seus llibres anteriors. També hi va haver una bonica coincidència i és que en el mateix punt de signatura hi havia Lauren Buke signant i a continuació hi havia Rick Arefa, que és l'il·lustrador dels seus llibres. I ja per acabar, per què Lauren Buke té tants bolígrafs de color sobre la taula? Doncs les seves signatures són molt especials, cada llibre té la seva, i en el cas de Bridge, que és un llibre que tracta sobre una noia que busca la seva mare en el multivers, ella signa el seu nom amb 2 colors, que vol dir el multivers, i dibuixa un símbol infinit obert, que vol dir que en realitat no hi ha moltíssimes realitats infinites, sinó que només n'hi ha una i que per tant l'hem d'aprofitar al màxim.
Ja, no sé si te'n recordes, una vegada que vam gravar en una setmana lliure en català, passava un helicòpter.
Ai, sí!
I vam haver de subtitular Puto helicòpter, perquè era l'11 de setembre.